Hey guys, what's up? It's Flynn Cook here, along with
Gail
and Cristina. Here for another episode of Metropolis After Hours. What do we got on the plate here today, ladies?
Well, we got some industry news. As I'm sure everybody out there has already heard that Dwayne McDuffie passed away. It was very sudden, apparently complications of surgery. And it's doubly tragic because he passed away on the same day as his adaptation of All-Star Superman, the direct-to-DVD animated feature from DC came out. And it has been very well received. So Dwayne was a pivotal force in creating the Milestone universe. That's Static Shock is probably his best known creation, and
a show that ran for 4 or 5 years.
Right, show that ran on WB, but it was first introduced in comic books, and along with Hardware and some other characters, and he worked very hard to bring black characters into mainstream of DC Comics, and was
and
just one of the nicest guys that you'd ever want to meet. Everybody almost universally says when you say Dwayne McDuffie, they say what a great guy.
Yeah.
And so it's been a terrible shock to the industry, and very sad. And so our hearts go out to Dwayne's family and friends, and we certainly feel the loss here too. So we didn't want to let that pass without mentioning it right away.
Absolutely.
So.
Here's to you, Dwayne.
Yeah, absolutely.
And in other more pleasant news, Gail has reviewed the latest issue of Power Girl. Yeah,
I've been saying that Judd Winnick is killing this book. And,
is he still?
Kinda. It's not as bad as it was, or as I feared it could be. Okay, so this is the latest issue of Power Girl, and the art is okay. It's not Amanda Connor good, but it's good.
Not many people are, Gail.
Yeah, no, there aren't. I mean, Amanda Connor's one of my favorites, and she's very very good, very character driven and fun. And this one is not so fun. This one's a lot stiffer. Some of the artwork is a little weak detail-wise, I think, but the story is actually kind of getting more interesting to me because it's beginning to be about Power Girl being the only person that remembers Maxwell Lord. Now, I don't know if everybody remembers that Maxwell Lord was the very light-hearted leader of the Justice League of America and then International. For many years, while it was kind of a fun book, and which I wish we had some more of those. That's why I liked Power Girl initially, is because it was a fun book, and it was, what I used to love about superhero comics was that they were just so much fun. JLA was like that, JLI was like that, this was the era of the Dibneys and the kind of comic relief, and that's David in the background coughing because he's not feeling good, so... Sorry about that. So coming into the present day, now we've passed by all the sort of fun, and Maxwell Lord turned into a terrible bad guy. Turns out that he'd been doing bad things for a very long time behind the scenes that nobody knew about. And the reason why is because he's kind of what I like to call a pusher. In superhero power or superpower terms, I probably picked that up from a Stephen King book or something like that.
The pusher.
He kind of had this way of nudging people mentally and getting them to do stuff or remember stuff in a way that he wanted them to. And so at this moment in time, everybody remembers Ted Kord, the Blue Beetle, committing suicide. Because he had lost his empire somehow. It was a robbery. But actually Maxwell Lord stole all of his
tech
stuff and and was using it himself and shot Ted Kord in the head. And in a very sort of shocking, particularly shocking superhero death. And so now Power Girl has regained her memory of this, and she now knows that she's the only person that remembers that Max Lord is still alive and that he killed Ted Kord. And he's also now he's robbed her of Star Industries, and so he's coming in there. He's stealing all of her tech, and now at the end of this, I'm not going to spoil anything by saying that at the end of this. we find out that Batman also remembers.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne, that is,
Yeah,
also
this is,
remembers.
Power Girl number 21.
Right. And so now Batman and Power Girl are getting ready to go off and find Max Lord and kick his ass. And so I think that's kind of good. That's a good development. So yeah, so definitely worth checking out at this point, because I have a feeling that it's going to lead into, it's going to be kind of part of the whole Flashpoint thing. I don't think it's going to be like a critical crossover, but I do think it's going to, tie in somehow. So it's an interesting idea.
Christina, you're up.
Well, I've been kind of out of the comic book thing for just a couple months now, but I recently started playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
3.
Have you guys played it?
I haven't, but I heard it's fun.
It's really fun. If you're not familiar with what it is, it's basically a Street Fighter type fighting game, but the twist is that they have characters from Marvel teamed up against characters from Capcom, which is Street Fighter and other titles like Okami. They have Mega Man. Well, I don't think Mega Man is in this.
Mega Man himself is not. Zero and Tron Bon are in it.
Yeah. So it's really fun. It's fast paced. Some of my favorite Marvel characters, X-23, which she's amazing, and she's voiced by Tara Strong in the game. And my favorite Capcom character of the moment, Amaterasu, who is a white wolf dog thing.
Oh, from Okami, yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, it's really fun and colorful, and it's super fast paced. And some people complain that the roster's too small or it's too expensive for the price, but it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of superheroes, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of characters.
Nowhere near
from a lot
as
of
much as it should have been.
It's button master friendly.
Yeah, they should have taken the roster from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 of 56 characters and added more.
I do agree that.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of different now though because of like the 3D. It takes a lot more to put into that.
Yeah, but they're going to release all of those as downloadable content.
Yeah, and they're trying to like balance it because people nowadays they're really, really good at fighting games. So they know when a character's off balance or god tier or whatever they call it. And so yeah, I think that eventually they'll start adding more characters. I'm hoping for Psylocke. They just closed the polls. I hope that she won. But Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and 2 is great too. It's a fun game, especially for comic book fans and anime fans. So you should check it out. And also, I have these cute things. I just found them in the store, and I just wanted to plug a product.
Wizard of Oz plushies.
They're cute. And they have little button eyes, which is kind of like the popular thing I think now for plush animals is to be like.
But they're neat because they're sewed on. They're not actual buttons, so they're baby friendly. I think that this one might not be so baby friendly, but some of them are. And
well, it's the Wicked Witch.
But at least the buttons. Yeah, this is the.
Toto's awesome. He looks like a sea fish or what is that called? Seahorse.
Seahorse.
Yeah. I'm in an estrogen sandwich here.
Tin Man.
Flynn's like, God, these are too cute.
Oh, it's just so cute, girl.
Gooey.
So they're squishy and fun, and they're from a company called Funko, which I've never heard of. So it's a lesser known brand, but they're really affordable too. And it's just fun for maybe your girlfriend or a kid, and not really comic book related, but super cute, super fun, and they have the whole collection here.
They are super cute.
You won't be in a funk with Funko products.
That's cool.
Anyway, here's where all Christina's V's fans can click off because now it's my turn to talk. I'm not going to spotlight these books specifically. I just want to mention
She'll still be here though, so you can look at her.
Yeah, exactly. No creepy looks
right?
though. I'm looking at you.
That wasn't inappropriate.
I just wanted to highlight the series itself because not a lot of people are paying attention to these when they're on the stands. DC Comics Presents. This series is really cool because it's $7.99 reprints of 5 to 7
cool
issues.
Stories, yeah.
5 to 7 issues of a book. So basically, it's a cheap, low budget trade paperback reprint. So you always get a really complete story. They're highlighting really good stuff that maybe is not good enough to release as a full trade paperback. But is definitely worth reading. So they're taking their time. There's lots of varieties. You got your Batman, Supermans, even obscure stuff like Vertigo stuff like Jack Cross. So and then Green Lantern Fear Itself, which is a story that features Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner, and Alan Scott in one multi-generational story with painted art like Alex Ross, and even a couple of other backup stories. I don't know. Ron Mars and Brad Parker.
Oh, Brad Parker.
And then this one just came out this week, Batman Conspiracy. So, they're 100 pages, $8.
Cool.
That's a really good deal. So if you're not paying attention to DC
and
Comics
they're
Presents,
printed really nice. I don't know if you can see this, but
on
maybe
really
we can do
fantastic
some
paper.
B-roll on that. Yeah, very nice. So yeah, for $7.99, that is a pretty great deal. It's 100
the price
pages.
is right.
So yeah, 100 pages. That's
Okay, well, that's going to do it for us on this episode of Metropolis After Hours.
too.
I'm Flynn, that's Christina, and that's
I'm
Gail. And that's all, folks.
Bye.
quickly they forget.